I wanted to believe her. God help me, I really did. The journals were in my handwriting. The photographs looked real. Every piece of evidence pointed to the same conclusion. I was the problem, not her. For weeks, I tried to accept it. Maybe I really did have memory issues. Maybe I had forgotten entire parts of my life. Maybe she was right. Then one night, everything fell apart. I was searching for an old tax document when I found a hidden folder on her laptop. At first, I wasn't even snooping. I was simply looking for a scanned receipt. Then I noticed a folder named Archive. Inside were hundreds of files. My stomach tightened. The first file was a photograph from one of the wedding albums. Except this version wasn't finished. It was being edited, layer by layer. Different backgrounds, different dates, different clothing. I opened another file, then another, then another. Every photograph from the album existed as an unfinished digital project. Each one had been created on her computer. My hands began shaking. No, I whispered. I kept digging. What I found next was even worse. A folder called Journals. Inside were scans of every notebook I had discovered in the attic. Alongside them were documents showing handwriting samples. Mine. Pages of my signature. Birthday cards. Old letters. Employment forms. Documents she had apparently collected over the years. Then I found software tutorials. How to imitate handwriting. How to age paper. How to create convincing historical photographs. The room felt like it was spinning. The journals weren't evidence. They were props. The photographs weren't memories. They were fabrications. I wasn't uncovering my past. I was uncovering hers. The next folder was labeled Contingency Plan. I opened it. What I read made my blood run cold. The files detailed years of manipulation. Every fight. Every argument, every major decision, all documented, not from the perspective of a wife, from the perspective of a strategist. One note read, if he starts questioning reality, introduce journal set C. Another, if he discovers inconsistencies, use wedding album version 4. And another, fear works better than affection. Affection works better than force. Alternate both. I felt sick. The woman I thought I knew had been studying me, managing me, controlling every aspect of my life. Then I found the final document. A simple text file. No password. No encryption. Just one sentence. People will believe evidence before they believe their own memories. I heard footsteps. She was home. My heart nearly stopped. I quickly copied everything onto a flash drive. The front door opened. Her voice echoed through the house. Honey. I shut the laptop. A few seconds later, she appeared in the doorway. She smiled. The same smile I'd trusted for years. The same smile that suddenly looked terrifying. Everything okay? She asked. I looked at her. And for the first time, I saw no confusion. No exhaustion. No concern. Only calculation. She knew. She knew that I knew. The smile slowly disappeared. Neither of us spoke. Then she said something that still haunts me. You weren't supposed to find that folder. A chill ran through my body. I stood up. She took a step forward. I took one back. For several seconds, we simply stared at each other. Then she laughed softly. Not nervous laughter. Not embarrassed laughter. The laughter of someone whose mask had finally slipped. You know the funny thing? She said. What? She tilted her head. Everything in those journals was fake. My throat tightened. But eventually, after reading them enough times, she smiled. You started becoming exactly the person I wrote. The room went silent. And in that moment, I realized something even more frightening than the possibility that she had manipulated my life. I couldn't tell anymore where the lies ended and where the truth began. Maybe she had forged everything. Maybe she hadn't. Maybe she wanted me to think she had. The evidence proved nothing. The journals proved nothing. The photographs proved nothing. The only thing I knew for certain was that the woman standing in front of me had spent years controlling the story of my life. And now I had no idea whether I was escaping a monster or walking away from the only reality I had left.